also the so when they were chasing and I'll just put this the way that Josh Werman did. We're going where no sane research team has ever gone. We're chasing in Arkansas.
40 on probes. 140 on probes. 148. Who left?
Yeah, car wash. It's like, yeah, the transmission was, medic is in the tornado. We have taken shelter in a car wash. Dude, and the next furthest, I think the next furthest back in the line was Tiv. Or no, Tiv or Dow was telling them to deploy, but Tiv didn't want to deploy because they didn't know how high the winds were. Originally, they got the probe team so far far enough ahead that they each deployed one probe and then got out of there.
I got a question.
Dude,
Can I get a shout out?
they said that the probe team had cleared the tornado 20 seconds before it crossed the road. Dude, like, I'm pretty sure Danny and Aaron got their probe in the tornado though. No, they had it on, I think. They thought they had it off. Yes, they did get the data from the TIV anyway. Yes, the mizzen that fell off the roof. It looks like you got hit by a tornado. But yes, like literally, right as Danny and Aaron wrecked their car, they just look in the distance and there's an elephant trunk tornado in the distance. Yeah, it's.
I have a question.
Or remember that one episode?
Do you guys play any other game than Twisted? What do you play? You want to play Gary's mod? Do you want to play Gary mods or no?
Been off this whole time. How many times do I have to click the mic button to get it to turn back on? Sorry guys, the recording quit.
So
I had to restart. That's part 2.
Also, it was. Remember the episode where the Dow team kept running into all the tornadoes and Dominator just kept missing them all?
Yeah, I remember that.
Like the Dow team had set up in Quinter, Kansas, but the Dow team thought it was the Dow team that thought it wasn't gonna drop a tornado, so they just abandoned it.
Yeah, I saw that.
And then the Quinter, Kansas storm just drops an EF4.
So I think Manaska just got flattened by the other tornado.
You want to know what's funny is that the tornado.
I'm inside of it right now. I just drove into it by mistake.
No, you want to know what's funny about the Quinter, Kansas tornado? It lifted as it was reaching the highway where the TIV was, and then dropped back down on the other side of the highway. That is just bad luck.
I'm so
I just punched through that other tornado by mistake. I was looking at the radar and my mind started to wander again. And then I closed the radar and I'm just like inside of it. I'm like, hold up. Good thing it was only 75 miles an hour.
Oh god, remember the episode where there was that of Storm where there was that South Dakota wedge tornado?
You mean the one where Joel got kicked out of the vehicle?
Where who got kicked out of the vehicle?
Joel.
No. It was No, it was at it was the one where the Dominator was struggling to get their probes.
Oh, you mean the one where they couldn't meet
The
up with
parachute probes.
yeah.
They couldn't get them because they couldn't find their driver.
And Reed was freaking out the whole time.
Yes.
Everybody has cell
Meanwhile,
service. They should have had the pros
meanwhile,
before they left.
meanwhile, Twistex was on a road nearby, and Tiv was stuck fiddling with the IMAX team.
Yeah, he was making the turn.
Literally, the IMAX team, like I think they got almost too close to the tornado, and they had to shelter in their vehicle.
Yeah. Oh yeah, remember? Yeah, they were behind the Tiv, and the Tiv drove into it. And the IMAX guys, you know, they weren't necessarily left a chain of command, so they just thought they were their own bosses. So they got right behind the Tiv when they were intercepting, and they were getting hit.
They got hit by the outer bands of the tornado.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if the dude would have stayed out there, he probably would have been fine. But like, hold on to that camera, man. Hold on to
Oh,
that.
and
Sean didn't pay
dude,
$100,000 to let that thing just lift off into space.
dude, and Twistex had the best view of the entire thing.
For real. Bro, I
Twistex,
would pay good money to be where they were and just see
oh my
that.
god, that thing completely obliterated a house and then like 4 or 5 high voltage lines.
For real. That was really, really good tornado.
Like, the descriptions for that tornado are as follows. The description for that tornado is as followed. Several high voltage power lines were completely destroyed, with one being pulled from its concrete anchorings and thrown.
Goodness.
Those metal truss towers were just completely destroyed.
Yeah. Also, that tornado's dead, Ace. I'd head back to Hazel.
Yeah. There were also 2 high voltage power lines in a field that were behind them that got brought down by the RFD.
Yeah. And they were getting hit by the outer bands. They were gonna call it in, but they saw the sheriff up there, and they're like, the sheriff probably already called that in.
It's like, yeah, I think they already know about this thing.
Can you imagine the radio traffic? Hey, this telephone power just went down.
Also, the tornado also happened to hit a radio tower that was on the other side of the road.
Yeah.
It was there when the tornado hit it, but then when they came through during the aftermath, radio towers just collapsed.
Bro, sometimes cops, they just find the best view of the tornadoes with their dash cams. Did you see the one, I think it's Oklahoma City, or that there's this one cop that just like followed it pretty much with his dash cam.
Yeah.
And he caught the best views across the road in front of him, bro. I mean, he backed
Dude, I
up
can't
into
remember.
several parking lots to like shield himself from the wind, but like, you got a good view.
I can't remember who it was, but there was somebody who caught the first Pilger tornado right as it was going into downtown Pilger.
Oh, bro, that would. Ugh.
You could see the tornado rip down the massive silos.
Bro, can you imagine, like, having no idea? Like, picture this, you just move to America, in, like, the 1800s, you move to America and you just see this thing touch the ground and just start tearing the crap out of some trees.
I never thought about that, because if you think about it, people from Europe would never have really seen very many tornadoes, if any at all. And they
like,
come to the United States and
yeah, for, like, you go to America, you move into, like, an Oklahoma area or Dixie Alley area, and you're like, what is that thing? Bro, this cloud is touching the ground. Why is the wind very, very bad right now? Why is that horse running away?
it reminds me of it reminds me of like the legend they came up with, like with the dead man walking, where it's like if you see him in a tornado, you are about to die. Someone thought it was somebody thought that it was a metaphor that you should avoid multi-vortex tornadoes.
Also, why are you driving like that?
Because
Insurance.